What's going on YouTube? Matt Reacts here. Um, Sorry for the late upload. I was meant to upload this instantly after the new episode of House of the Dragon, but I got lazy. So please enjoy me and my friend's instant reaction to the first episode. Peace.
Right.
Oh,
Cock rating.
Oh,
That
Hard,
was probably one of the best pilots I've seen for a TV
yeah.
show. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what. From the
No,
was-
it's
it
better
was-
than the Game of Thrones pilot, I'd say.
I'm not comparing it at the moment. Like I'm not seeing it that way.
Yeah, I need to wait.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it
I'm
as just the way the episode was. I think it had the right amount of like gore in it. It had like
that's one thing I love. The
Yeah.
fucking gore. They
Can I
went
say
all
one
out with
thing?
that. I'm happy.
Can I
Yeah.
say one thing?
Alex,
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly say it. I had no fucking clue that was actually gonna happen there. It's because it's Game of Thrones.
yeah,
The main character. I just said it as a joke, bro, and it actually happened. Okay,
What did
so
you say?
you said that he said that
I said-
that Matt,
Oh,
that was
Bethany,
who's the
so-
guy played by
Do you
Matt
know-
Damon?
do you know I said Matt Smith is
Wait,
gonna
can
cut
someone
someone's
join
head
us?
off?
Daemon
Stream.
Targaryen.
Am I still
Oh, yeah,
streaming?
Yeah, and you're
Cut your
like,
stream
why
off,
would
cut
you
your stream
tell?
off, cut your stream off.
And I was like, why would you tell me that, Alex? I was like, I'm joking. And like fucking 20 minutes in, bro, it happened. Oh, bro, that was sick, bro. That was actually
That was
amazing.
good.
I actually like that
Kinda.
a lot, man. Oh my god.
Oh, Damon's sick,
Like I
bro.
said,
Oh, do you know what? I'm curious because they mentioned the White Walkers and they made it to be some massive thing.
Yeah,
So I'm curious.
what they said at the end there, it was like since the King Aegon, whatever his name was, how many years ago,
you know
since
that
he
why
died, he
said
saw a
that
vision of that thing happening,
Yeah.
the White Wall falling, basically. I'm guessing
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it was.
And then he said the Song of Fire and Ice.
Yeah, that
And you-
that
Yeah, yeah,
that,
that's-
that was the book, obviously. So the thing, do you know
Yeah.
what? That was just to give a reference, I think. Like
Yeah, of
Song of
course.
Ice and Fire in it, but
Ice and
the
Fire.
thing is, when Game of Thrones happens, they don't actually know of this. They make it as a book
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
Do you remember? So I don't know.
Might we watch Game of Thrones
I think it was good. Anyway,
for episode 2.
It really wants. I really want to watch Game of Thrones now.
So do you know the
Oh,
intro?
fucking
The
hell.
intro, yeah. Where do you know the thing? It's similar to Game of Thrones for me in a way that there's so many characters I can't actually pinpoint.
Yeah,
who's
I think
who at
over
the
time
beginning.
it will like you will understand clearly. But
Um,
do you know what I noticed? Do you know when the mother and the child died?
Yeah.
That place where they burned them wasn't that the same place where Daenerys burned Dickon and his son?
Yes, I think it looked like it. Yeah,
That was
in
the same
hills.
place.
There were
Yeah.
there were so many like visual references. I love to see King's
Yeah, yeah,
Landing at
d-
the beginning.
Yeah,
You know the very beginning, they showed that big like I don't know
Dome.
what room it was. It was like a
Yeah,
dome.
yeah.
And it was where
That's the same place where
they had
the
a map on
Margaret.
it. They had a map on it on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's
Oh,
not
that
like-
yeah, Throne of the World. Yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah.
when
Yes,
you
yes,
crumbling
yeah.
down on them, that room there. On
Yeah,
Huh?
no, that wasn't the room that
The
crumbled.
map
they
wasn't
were
on the
underneath.
floor though.
The room that crumbled
Yeah,
on top of them.
They were in the Dragon's Keep. They were where that giant skull was.
Yeah, yeah.
basically.
But
Oh yeah.
that room that even it only lasted for like
I
5
remember
seconds.
the one with the
Can I
map.
just say how-
Cersei always walks over it
Can I
every
just
fucking
say,
time.
how
that
good
fucking
does
map.
Damon's fucking dragon look with the horn?
Yeah,
Daemon
Sick,
hit
man. Do you
himself.
know what?
Can I just say-
I'm so fucking. I really wanted to fucking show Balerion in some. A fucking hell, man. They changed him from Game of Thrones. His skull looks way more
What, the
massive.
skull? The skull. Of
Yeah,
the
that
dragon?
giant
Oh,
skull.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
That's
remember
the
some of
largest.
these things
You know
like
what?
from the Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
Do you know the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
keep where they shot
Yeah, I know
dragon
the
skull in
big
the
head.
head?
I know they have a big head stored. I
Yeah.
just don't remember how it looked
Bro.
in both shows. I know the
Yeah,
dragon.
Yeah, it
head
looks
is there.
different
You know
in
what?
thing.
I swear it wasn't this big in Game of Thrones. 'cause
It
that
wasn't, it
skull
really
looked
wasn't.
massive.
They
This skull was.
obviously.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
way more accurate compared to, and this one will make it look even bigger because what they done, they took they took like pictures of
There's one
skulls from Game of
dragon,
Thrones to compare the
um,
sizes of the differences of
there's one dragon,
Drogon and thing. But this one looks way more bigger.
There's one dragon. If they keep it going, that I'm looking forward to. I think we might have to see it because it will talk about like the dragon seed and the X. Anyway, there was basically a dragon called the Cannibal, and it was big. Yeah, like it was like dark green
If
eyes
this
and
is in
stuff
the
like that.
books, I don't care to hear it at the moment because I don't want to hear it because it's about the series. If it's in the books, then I don't
I'll
want to
be
hear it.
honest, Yeah, but it's Balerion the Black Dread, isn't it? His name, innit?
That's the largest dragon to exist. Yeah, that's the one
but
that's
that's
on
not.
the
But
keep.
is that? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Do you-
Do you know what I liked at the very beginning? They established the time period before because I didn't know before
Yeah,
the show
yeah, yeah.
started how long it was before Game of Thrones happened, and they said
you know what?
specifically it was 172 years before the birth of Daenerys Targaryen, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
quite
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
And I loved how they blacked out the words and showed
So
just the white words. It just showed
yeah.
172 years. This is the birth of
Before
Princess
Daenerys
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
Yeah, I love that. I almost wanted to scream instantly because I
Yeah.
just
Little bitch came up in it. Yeah.
That's why you were like that in the thing.
I had to, yeah,
I'm muted for
I was,
half a second.
I wanted to speak, but then I muted again because I was like, I
No,
can't.
it's-
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's good. It was really.
That
good.
was a
I
really good
enjoyed it.
pilot. That was
Yeah,
really
the
good.
Yeah.
C-section scene was actually hard to watch, bro.
Yeah,
That was
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Joe,
was
I'm
gonna
so
say
glad
that's
they
one of
didn't
the
like
hardest scenes
censor
that-
shit. I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
When I said it's got the right amount of gore, I don't mean it in a good way. I mean it in a way that like it was hard to watch that scene, yeah, of the girl giving I don't even know the
Getting
wife's
her
name.
fucking hands all stuck up in her
Valer-
fucking stomach, bro.
uh,
It was so hard to just watch her give birth, and and the thing is, yeah, you know, as they were saying, like, oh, we might be able to save both of them, no, save the
Yeah,
baby.
look,
Sorry, the fact that I didn't really know that the child was gonna
100%.
die,
Oh
but
yeah.
But not just that.
Sorry,
Did
carry on.
anyone here when he was the Meister, that was holding
the
Oh,
baby,
that's another thing.
the baby. It
He-
started going,
he-
it started like gagging, like it started like
Yeah,
gulping, like it was
I
gonna
heard-
Yeah,
die.
yeah, like it's gonna
I
die.
didn't actually think it was gonna die. That I just
I
heard
think
it.
the
Like,
king.
yeah.
I think he has grayscale, and he got nicked
Yes,
from a
that's
blade
what I
which
thought.
previous had grayscale,
That's
and now
what
it's
I
spreading.
thought. That's exactly what
And
I
also,
thought. You see the pus
also,
coming out of
his
it. It was-
dagger is the same one that Arya Stark has. Her Valerian steel dagger.
Is it actually?
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the
That's
same
sick.
thing.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
I did think that the king had grayscale. It wasn't spreading, but you see the pus that was coming
Yeah,
out
the
of it. It was
pus is
kind of like
exact-
the
And
when,
it's like
when, he was
they
cleaning it
removed
off.
the scab and tried to clean up the pus,
And
but
it
it
keeps
just keeps
coming
on
back.
coming back.
But it's not
and it
spreading.
spreads. They
It's
said
not
it.
spreading
No,
right
they
now.
said
It's
it was
getting
spreading.
bigger. It's getting bigger, but it's not spreading like
Oh
vastly.
yeah.
if we get, I want to get a flashback of Valerian because if they made his skull that big,
Yeah, man, he's off. You know.
I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, yeah. But the fact that they gave us an established time period in the first episode, that the first scene of the first episode, I think that
that's
they
it.
will get through time pretty quick. I don't think they will just leave it 172 years for the whole show. Obviously, I don't know. It might go on for ages, but I just like how they established it straight away. So every time they were speaking
Yeah.
about, right there, you know how he spoke about the song of Ice and Fire prophecy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I know that the Targaryens are not on the throne when that happens, like,
yeah,
because he says they need to be on the throne for them
Yeah,
to survive.
in
but
order
they
to give the
survive,
command to
yeah.
the specific ones. And
but
all
they
that shit.
survive without the Targaryens on the throne. He thought that they needed to be on the throne. Like, I just like all the things that they think about their house, and that it all ends up falling
They
apart.
eventually use the Targaryen though to get rid of.
Yeah, Daenerys, yeah.
Yeah.
She's important. That's
Yeah.
why
And
it
she had a
emphasized her.
brief.
She's a very
brief
important
moment on the
character for that.
throne.
Yeah, but that's why it showed at the very beginning the birth of Princess Daenerys Targaryen,
Yeah.
because they know how important she is.
I
to the
like
whole-
that how the heir that was an heir
Ooh.
for a day, and she was also
Right,
king
has anyone
queen for a
seen,
day as well before she got murdered by
has
Jon
anyone
Snow.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
House of the Dragon drew 10 million viewers in the US, the biggest series premiere in HBO history. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
HBO.
man.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
This is gonna be
That's
so
good. HBO
fucking
history.
sick, man. I love it, man.
HBO produced the best shows, you know.
They actually always
some
have the good
great
shows, yeah.
come out of there.
Ah,
Euphoria.
fucking hell. Can't wait, man. I cannot wait
Probably
for
the best
next week
pilot
for this
we've
next
seen.
episode to come out,
That
man.
is
It's
that is one of
gassing
the
me
best
up so
pilots.
much.
That is one of the best pilots. The reason was, yeah, because I think the characters, it was hard to remember the names at the beginning, but after like halfway, I knew who was who. I still get confused with the names, but I know who's who when I'm looking at them. But they're like the acting's very good. Like I think they established their character
casting.
well. Yeah.
I'm
like
curious as Joe, the little boy and the little girl in the blue, they were half
Yeah,
caste.
yeah.
I think they're half Targaryen. Because
Maybe.
that guy.
Are they the kids of that black
Are
guy?
you talking about?
Yeah.
Are you
They're
talking
the
about
kids
the sea
of that
snake?
guy.
Are you talking about sea
Yeah,
snake?
they're the kids of that guy, and his wife is a Targaryen.
Yeah, the queen that never was.
Yeah. Because
I
she
don't know if
wasn't
he's a
chosen. You
Targaryen,
see
but I know
that-
she's a
no,
Targaryen.
in the
yeah.
very first scene, obviously that wife, the woman that ends up being Sea Snake's wife, it shows her she doesn't get chosen for the throne in the very first scene.
Yeah.
And it shows they choose someone else. Obviously,
chose him.
Viserys.
Yeah.
So it's establishing that early, and then it fast forwarded to like he's been on the throne for however many years in it, and then it's
Yeah.
just showing his reign, like what's
It's
going
literally
on.
going to be a Game of Thrones, basically. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Daemon is going to want to take the throne. And that would mean killing his niece, which would be, what's her name? What was it? Rhaenyra or something like that. The one that just got named heir.
Oh, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, that's
So-
it. Yeah.
yes, Rhaenyra, yeah.
And in order to claim the throne, she would need to die, and he's probably going to die anyway. what's his name? The one
The-
who's king now.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just-
probably gonna die to grayscale.
I would assume I don't know, like I would assume that he's gonna die to grayscale, because by the time we get to Game of Thrones, even then they think it's pretty hard
There's
to
no
cure
cure.
grayscale.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because it's 172 years apart, everything we know about Game of Thrones doesn't have to be true, because there's such a big gap.
But that's the thing. They even said it when he was like cleaning up the wounds and all that stuff. They said they've never seen anything like this before.
He said he checked all the records basically.
Records, and there's nothing of it.
But that's what I think is, yeah, because it's 172 years apart. It's hard to even be like what we know from Game of Thrones about grayscale, about all this. It doesn't apply to this in some sense. It doesn't always have to apply, because the time is so different that it's a
Yeah.
bit like Chinese whisper, where like you whisper something to someone, and over time it kind of alters it a bit. So maybe like through the records in Game of Thrones, by the time they get to the Game of Thrones time, their knowledge is similar, but they're no different. They know few different facts basically. Like it's a bit. You know what I mean? It's like it can be a bit different, and then when we watch Game of Thrones again in the future, we might think differently of like certain ways that they think. You know what I mean? The way that they
I'm
live.
so curious as to what they're gonna do with the White Walkers.
I just think they're going to be seen as a prophecy, innit? Like just be seen as something that's coming.
Imagine they look terrible, bro.
I don't think they're going to show them. No, they're not going to show
them. It was
them.
a massive thing though. Like they made it out to be some massive thing. He fucking went on to talk about it for a long time.
I think that's just for a Game of Thrones reference. I think that the White Walkers are not going to be involved. Like in terms of you're going to see them like on the other side of the wall. I don't know if we'll see, because they didn't come out of the wherever they were, like in the ground, weren't they? And then they just kind of like came out and started.
No, they've always existed in the north.
Yeah, but weren't they buried under snow or something? Weren't they like?
No, they just sit idle. It's the Night King was raising an army, and the way he was raising it, he was getting the Northmen to like donate their children and shit like that, and just raising the dead basically.
Yeah.
But this was all going under the radar until he had a big enough army to actually like pose a threat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So it could be happening as we speak now. Like he could be starting to form his
But
army.
I don't believe we'll see it though. I don't know. This could be a 5-6 season show, and then they show it. But I don't know if they'll show us him building an army when it doesn't add anything. It doesn't add anything to what we've seen in Game of Thrones. Like because we know he's building an army, and then he comes across the wall, and then. You know, but actually,
yeah,
to
and
be
I
fair,
think they go across the wall before Game of Thrones anyway.
Can I?
So
you know, they were saying that is it Viserys? Who's the prince? The prince. I forgot. Is it Daemon? I don't know his name.
Yeah,
Daemon's the Matt
the guy
Smith.
that was Matt Smith.
Yeah. What's it?
Daemon's
Daemon.
Daemon
Targaryen.
Okay, so whatever his name is, yeah, Daemon.
He's brother to the king currently.
He said that they sent him to the City Watch. Does he mean he went to the Night's Watch, or no? I didn't really get what the City Watch is.
City Watch is like the guards for King's Landing.
Oh, okay. So he's still in King's Landing.
He's not. He's been sent away now.
No, now he isn't. Now he's but before he was always in King's
used
Landing.
to be.
Okay.
And they were scared of him raising a potential army within the guards, basically, and all that stuff. So they sent him out completely back to where his wife is, which I think it was something Valley.
The Vale. It's the Vale.
The Vale. That's
Vale. Where what's her name?
Tully.
Who's Mrs. Stark? Ned Stark's wife again. What's her name? Ned Stark.
Catelyn Stark.
Yes, it's where her sister was.
Yeah.
It's where her sister, her crazy sister. Yeah. So. Yeah, I like to see that, even though it was little, it just lasted a couple seconds. I got to see a Stark, Lord of Winterfell. I got to see him. I don't know what his name was, but he was a bit chubby. He's just saying, I'm
You saw the Baratheons as well.
Yeah, Borman Baratheon.
Future
That's
kings
his name,
of King's Landing.
And did you see when it was the festival, yeah, for like the tournament thing?
Yeah.
They were speaking, the king and Hightower, I think, and they were talking about Baratheons. They were talking about because one of the knights was a Baratheon. And he said something like, it doesn't, whatever the Baratheons do, or I didn't know exactly what he said, but it kind of sounded like whatever the Baratheon does there, whatever happens here, doesn't matter about the throne. But I like to hear it because we know, like, later on, the Baratheons come together with Lannisters and all this, and they take the Targaryens off the throne. Like, they'll do a lot.
He marries he marries a Lannister, which puts them in position of heirship.
And they have gold as well. They have like cash. They have money. You know, that's what
Exactly. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what makes them
The
fight.
Golden Order or something like that.
Yeah, that helps them take the Targaryens down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I can't lie. I liked
Don't
probably
you
every
think
character that I
the
saw as
daughter
well.
don't you think the daughter looks
Alicent.
so much like Alicent?
Are you talking about Alicent Hightower, or are you talking about
No.
Rhaenyra?
Yeah, I said Rhaenyra. Don't you think she looks so much like Daenerys?
I think it's pretty like normal that I thought that the whole time. Every time I was looking at her facial expressions, her acting, her way of
I just thought
thinking,
of Daenerys.
everything was Daenerys-esque about her. But I think they're
Like-
doing that because they want
Yeah,
us to
yeah.
feel the same way we felt about Daenerys, because everyone loves Daenerys in the show. She's like the
No,
main,
I'm joking.
but everyone loves Daenerys, I guess. Like from
She's good casting. Good casting.
they're giving her like a lot of the personality that Daenerys had, where she's kind of like,
Mm.
it's kind of opposite actually though, because Daenerys wanted the throne her whole life, and Rhaenyra doesn't want the throne. She doesn't. She might grow into it, but from this first episode, she doesn't want it. She wants to just ride on a dragon's back, as she said, with Alicent.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, yeah, if Alicent Hightower and her are like kind of a thing, or they're just best
Who
friends.
was
But she wants.
Jaharis? Who was that?
Was that not one of the knights? Jaharis. Oh, it's one of probably the old kings, because they said something like you know, Sea Snake.
Yeah.
He said his wife was the eldest child of that guy's name that you just said, whatever his name was. So that must have been
Okay.
another like heir to the throne that died like a long time ago. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he was like just part of the history of the
The
realm.
Vale, by the way, is House of Aaron.
Yeah, that's John Arryn, who ends up becoming
Yeah.
Hand of the King. It said at the beginning, I think, since John Arryn was murdered. It said it's 172 years since. Oh no, it
Since
didn't
he's
say.
been-
I thought it said something about John Arryn being murdered, the Hand of the King being
Mhm.
murdered. And you see how when they were talking, I don't know what that room is, the Seven, where they all speak about. It's like the council. What's that room called?
Oh, well, they put the ball in
Yeah, they
on,
put the
on the
ball in the
table.
thing. Did they do that in Game of Thrones, by the way?
Nah,
They never did that. Yeah, so it's like a
They
different
never done that.
tradition. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like
It kind of looks different. Like even the keep looks much larger than what it was in Game of Thrones.
yeah, they kind of like they showed us a lot more of King's Landing, like the main
Yeah.
I'd say the main tower basically. That they showed us the like,
Mm.
you know, the main bits of it, and they I thought the like the cinematography of this was a lot better than it was in Game of Thrones, just from
Yeah,
one
I feel
episode.
like that does. I think they have more freedom to do
It
that
was
sort of
more,
stuff now as well, though.
more advanced. Like we're in a new
Mm.
different age, but it was visually pleasing. Yeah, the acting was
yeah.
good. I'm so sorry again. I had to cut this video short because one of my friends joined the call that we were in talking about the show. And he just started talking to us about references and bringing up videos, like making us watch, not making us, but just showing us videos of references and visual references that he noticed. And I didn't want to put that in the video just in case of copyright, anything like that. So yeah, sorry for the short video. I would say it's kind of short. We didn't really do an analysis, so I apologize for that. We just kind of spoke about all the cool moments that we had throughout the episode. But yeah, I'm gonna give I don't know if you guys care, but I'm gonna give an overall rating of a 9.1 for this episode. I thought it was very all-rounded, well-rounded. It gave a lot of the Game of Thrones vibes, where there was that tension and conflict between people that are meant to love each other and care for each other, and there was also that that you know unexpected aspect of like you don't know what each character is going to do next, apart from maybe Viserys, because he seems like the only moral one on the show at the moment. I don't really, most of the other characters are kind of up in the air just from the first episode. Obviously, it's meant to be like that, but yeah, I want to say overall 9.1 episode out of 10, if that even matters. But yeah, one of the better pilots that I've watched so far. After having time to sit on it still. It's been a few days since it came out. So I'll be back with episodes 2 reaction in a few days. So until then, I hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and let us know if we missed anything that you want to talk about. Yeah, so give me your opinions in the comments and everything like that, because I like to read these. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Safe.